What's going on YouTube? It's Mid-40s Gamer here, coming at you with some more Dark Souls 3 content. Today we're going to be taking a look at a simple strategy for a soul farm that yields over 545,000 souls in about 10 minutes. So let's sharpen our Irithyll Rapier to a deadly point, be careful not to slip on all the frost it's generating, ask the Firekeeper if she wants to build a snowman, and get after it. Our soul farm strategy begins at the Grand Archives bonfire, and we'll cover the fastest and safest way to kill 3 golden winged knights that guard the highest point of the building's rooftop, and make it easier than washing your eyeballs with soap. The weapon we're utilizing for this soul farm is the Irithyll Rapier +5, which pound for pound is easily one of the best thrust weapons in the game, as well as one of the only weapons in its class that has an innate frost effect. This weapon also receives C-tier scaling from strength and dexterity, making it extremely viable for balanced builds. And with the frost buildup occurring at 55 hit points per hit, it'll peel through these large golden knights who hate the cold like a laser beam. You can get your greedy loot mittens on this frostborn weapon after killing the Outrider Knight located in Lothric Castle. To add to the ease of this strategy, we'll be utilizing the Pyromancy Rapport, which charms enemies and makes them a temporary ally, allowing you to close the distance and start your newly found friendship with a backstab and a few follow-up thrusts to end the friendship as soon as it begins. If you don't have Rapport, don't worry, you can accomplish this farming method without it. But since it was mentioned in the comments by one of our subscribers, we figured we would feature it. This pyromancy can be purchased from Carla the Witch for 7,000 souls after presenting her with the Kulana Pyromancy Tome located in the Smoldering Lake. The tome can be found just past the old King's Antechamber bonfire through an illusionary wall. Rapport does require at least a 15 intelligence to cast and burns 30 focus points per use. So be sure to have at least 90 focus points to cast it 3 times. As you can see from the game footage, it's as easy as casting Rapport, charming the knights, and finishing them off with the rapier. These winged knights are extremely weak to magic, frost, and thrust damage, making this combination far more devastating than finding out that apples you buy in the grocery store could be over a year old. Before we share the rest of our gear setup, if you're finding any of this information far more useful than knowing that Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character, don't forget to click those like and subscribe buttons so you don't miss out on any new Mid-40s gamer content. And if you aren't too busy wondering why Goofy is considered a person and Pluto is considered a pet, even though they're both dogs, leave us a comment in the comments section and let us know how we're doing. Now that our mid-video call to action is over and we await our thumbs up from vidIQ, we'll continue spilling the beans about the gear we're currently sporting. The rings that we're using to assist us gather the most souls we've seen so far in this first playthrough are the Chloranthy Ring, the Hornet Ring, the Sunlight Princess Ring, and the Covetous Silver Serpent Ring. The Chloranthy Ring raises our stamina recovery by 7 points per second, allowing us to refill quickly after all this sprint. This ring can be found in an obscure tower in the Undead Settlement. The Hornet Ring increases critical damage by 30%, giving us a large damage increase to our backstabs, and can be found outside the Dark Firelink Shrine after defeating Champion Gundyr in the unattended graves. The Sunlight Princess Ring restores our hit points by 2 per second, making the drain from our favorite piece of farming gear manageable. This ring is located just past Aldrich's boss room in Anor Londo. And finally, the Covetous Silver Serpent Ring, which adds 10% to souls gained. This ring can be found hidden in the rafters of Firelink Shrine behind an illusionary wall, and can be accessed early on in the game by utilizing the ever-famous tree jump glitch. If you're unfamiliar with this glitch, we'll leave a link in the description just for you. Since we're talking about souls gained, the rest of our farming gear consists of the Shield of Want, the Medicants Staff, and the Symbol of Avarice. The Shield of Want increases our soul gain by 20% and stacks with all the other items of its kind. It can be looted from the nest of the Karthus Sandworm in the Smoldering Lake. The next item in our beastly soul farming stack is the Medicants Staff, which adds an additional 20% to souls gained when held. And it's a rare drop from Serpent Summoners in Archdragon Peak. If you're looking for a good method to farm it, we'll leave a link in the description for you to check it out. And lastly, but certainly not least, is the Toothy Symbol of Avarice helmet, which adds a whopping 50% to souls gained and 100 to item discovery. The only drawback being is that the item sucks away 10 hit points per second from the wearer. This rare drop from mimic enemies was looted during this playthrough in the Irithyll dungeons. As you've seen from the game footage, the last item that we're making use of to increase the speed of this soul farm is the Homeward Bone, which can be looted in various locations within the game and is used to teleport to Firelink Shrine or the last bonfire we rested at. If you need to increase your Homeward Bone count, not to worry, the Shrine Handmaiden sells this items for 500 souls apiece in Firelink Shrine. It is also important to note that the first time you kill all 3 of these knights, you'll receive a Titanite slab, which is the only one you'll receive from these enemies during this playthrough. Their normal loot table during this repetitive soul farm will mostly consist of large Titanite shards, Titanite chunks, blessed gems, and their respective weapons. Well folks, it looks like we're coming to the end of another Dark Souls 3 video as we dropped this last night and hit our 5-minute mark with 272,000 souls. We'd like to take this time to personally thank you for watching, and we hope this video helped you make this seemingly frustrating soul farm a little more manageable. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to click those like and subscribe buttons so you don't miss out on any new mid-40s gamer content. And if you're not too busy contemplating if revenge is ice cream, since it's a dish best served cold and it's sweet, leave us a comment in the comment section and let us know what you think of our content. We would also like to take this time to thank some of our subscribers like Ghost, Big Haas, Nicole Kristen Lee, Ruben, and all of the others who have commented in the past. Whether or not you realize it, you're what drives us to continue making this content. So until next time, just remember, if Cinderella's shoe fit perfectly, it wouldn't have fell off her foot. Ohana means family, and as always, good hunting.